ahead and show you how to make that cute, simple card. It took probably 5 minutes or less to assemble and put together. So you're going to need some white cardstock. I'm using Whisper White, and I just took a piece of 8.5 by 11 and cut it in half. And the card base is 5.5 by 4.5. You're going to need some Mint Macaron cardstock. This was cut at 5.25 by 4, and I'll leave all the measurements in the video and at the end of the video in the link. So you're just going to layer the Mint Macaron right on top of the white, Whisper White. And I've gone ahead and I've already put some Snail adhesive on it just to save some time. And it leaves like a little white border around. Then you're going to take your next sheet of paper. This came from Stampin' Up too. This is this Christmas Designer Series specialty paper. So I've gone ahead and cut it, and depending on how you want it to lay on your card, I prefer it laying this way. You could have it lying this way on your card. Whatever side you want to face on your card, upwards, you're going to want to cut at 4 3/4. So I cut it this way at 4 3/4 and then this way at 3.5. So we're just going to go ahead and kind of center that on top of your paper. And again, it leaves a little border around the card. So then we'll set that aside for right now. You're also going to need another piece of Whisper White. This was cut at 4 by 2 3/4. And we're going to go ahead and do the stamping on this portion of the card. So you're going to need the stamp set Greetings from Santa. And I try to use multiple stamps out of all my different stamp sets, so it's hard for me to try to use one stamp set on the full product. So I'm using all the stamps today out of this stamp set. So what you're going to need is, we're going to take the tree, the reindeer, and the Merry Christmas, and the snowflakes and the star. Those are going to be the ones we're going to use. So the Christmas tree, I'm using Mint Macaron ink. So this is another reason why I love Stampin' Up products. I've been crafting for many years, and Stampin' Up, their products all match. You can buy the inks, the cardstock, the ribbon, the washi tape. You can buy it all matching, so your cards are always beautiful. And that's not always true at the craft stores. You go to the craft store and you buy your paper, you buy your inks, but they don't always all match up. So when you put them together at home, the colors are off. And it looks all right, but this looks so much better when everything matches. So we've got our little tree that I've done, and then we're going to take the reindeer next, and we're going to stamp him in Tip Top Taupe. And just want to make sure I got them crooked on here. So I'll just kind of stamp him right here. And then next what we'll do is we'll take our little star for the Christmas tree, and we'll stamp that with the Daffodil Delight. And when you push the star down, don't press too hard, because your ink goes all the way around the whole stamp, and you'll get a ring around it. So just kind of lightly, just kind of center it wherever you want it, and you'll see that there's no ink on there. But if you press down, you're going to get a circle of ink. Then the last thing we're going to use with the colored inks is the Merry Christmas from the stamp set. And we're going to use Rose Red for the Merry Christmas. And you really don't have to press down hard with these stamps, just a light little press down. So you kind of want to just center it up towards the top. And I kind of made mine a little crooked, but that's okay because it's homemade. So what we're going to do is We're going to use the Versamark next, and this is optional. It adds a little something to it. You can see in the background the little stars, or the little snowflakes. So you're going to take your snowflake stamp, and you're just going to kind of stamp it all over. And they're going to be kind of hard to see, but once it dries, it kind of pops out a little bit more. And again, you don't have to do this, but it just adds that little something. So you just go ahead and stamp them all over wherever you want to. It doesn't have to be in any kind of pattern. So once the snowflakes are all stamped, they're very hard to see. I don't know if you can even see them on the camera, but you can see them, and they kind of give them just that little extra on there. You could also emboss some. You can emboss them all on there. You could stamp them with a different color, or you could just leave them out. So once we get that done, you're going to take your Snail adhesive, and we're just going to go ahead and apply this to the front of the card. Just make sure, sometimes I glue it on upside down. And you kind of just center it. And that's all there is to that. It's very pretty. You could mass produce these fairly quickly and send these out as a Christmas card.